Hey everybody, it's been a while, but today we're out for a 3-day backpacking trip and we're at the old Loggers Path. And you're probably thinking, weren't you just at the old Loggers Path? But we have a reason for it this time. We're bringing this gentleman with us.
I wanted to check it out, and I wanted to backpack with them in Pennsylvania. So I said, hey, I seen their video on Old Loggers Path, and I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, it's a really good trail. It's a nice mix of what Pennsylvania has to offer, even a little bit of rocks, but nothing crazy, and some really good views. So, and we're also breaking in someone that hasn't backpacked in a long time. This is Smitty, and well, I don't think that guy has to be mentioned. Everyone knows who he is. But we're gonna do the full loop like we did back in May. We're going to do it in the opposite direction this time, and hopefully we'll have a little bit better weather than the last time, and hopefully you don't mind this trip being repeated. But hang tight and we'll show you guys some stuff as we go. So we are almost to the Sprout Point Vista. This will be camp for day one. We are roughly 7.1 miles, maybe a little bit more than that, in from where we parked. And this is where Kurt and I stayed on our second night. But it's a nice little camp area, plenty of room for all of our hammocks, and the one tent that'll be joining us later. Got a shelter with a nice fire ring over there, and let's go see if we can see anything of the vista. Now, a little later on tonight, we'll have SkinnyGPanda joining us. She had to get a later start due to some prior obligations, a little pesky thing called work. Not too bad today, even with the cloud cover. I'll have to see what Jason thinks about this view. A little bit different than what he's used to. So first good view in Pennsylvania. What do you think, man?
Nice view. What is that down there? Is that a pond or a river?
Pond, I believe. So, to get a reaction out of Jason, threw his chair in the fire pit. If you don't watch Backpacking with Jason, you should, first off, because his stuff is way better than mine. But he had a chair blow into a fire on him when he had his back turned. Yeah. You got a nice amount right over there now.
Hey guys, look at you. Not fun.
You looked right at it before. Like, yeah, it looks like a good amount of wood.
No respect. No respect. Love these chairs.
Yeah, all right. Well, Skinny G, she made it to camp. She busted out 5 miles from her trailhead to camp in 2 hours. Everyone's set up. We're getting ready to eat our dinners. Here's my usual setup. Don't have my tarp fully over everything. Here's what Skinny G's gonna be using. It's the Mirror 2 tent we got, just like a knockoff ultralight tent, but it's done well for us so far. And Smitty, he's been new to backpacking, well, reintroduced to backpacking, but new to hammock camping. So this is Skinny G's Hennessy tarp, and he is using my Warbonnet Blackbird XLC as his shelter, as his primary shelter. And if we come down and around over here, see Kurt's set up. Now, we've had a lot of wind since we've been at camp because of the overlook that's right over there. So Kurt has partial door mode open, or closed over there. So he's got partial doors and wide open on the other side. So he should have pretty good deflection from the wind on that side. And then over here, Jason couldn't pass up the opportunity to be out on the vista. And this is where Jason's hanging out. And I always forget. I think he has a dream hammock. I'm not 100% sure on that. But that's his view. So we're all packed down. Everyone's having breakfast and finishing breakfasts. Jason's over in the distance. He's up doing the same as everybody else. I don't normally do prepackaged meals, but this trip I decided to go for a prepackaged breakfast and a prepackaged dinner. And if you didn't hear that, she picked up my meals for me. For dinner I got lasagna, but breakfast was a wild card. She got me this wild Zora. It's pretty good. It's a curry, but it's not too spicy. And I don't know, like whenever I eat a prepackaged meal, it tastes like a prepackaged meal. I don't know if that makes any sense, but this really doesn't. This tastes like something I would have dehydrated myself, just a little bit more flavorful. So we got an early start today, and we're back into the area where the last time we were here, it was pouring, and we dealt with a lot of swollen streams and everything. Kurt and I took a break right here during a little brief bit of sunshine to dry out our socks and our gear and stuff. And this whole area was completely filled, like right up to here. Just complete raging stream. It was a little rough to cross, but we know that this area is prone to crazy flooding. The first time we hiked in this area, we learned that a lot of damage was done from continuous storms. And I guess that's like a nice clear example for us. I actually intended on getting some water here, and that's not going to happen. Thankfully, I always keep plenty on me. But yeah, if you're going to hike the old loggers path, you might run into some surprisingly dry stream beds, unless you're here during a rainy time. Well, we have completed the first hard climb of the day, and we are at the second vista, and it's socked in. It's not much of a vista. So, third time hiking this trail, or at least parts of this trail, but second time completing it. But in all 3 trips to this area, we have encountered at least one vista completely socked in. So it's kind of funny how that works out. Yeah, this is what we're not looking at. Oh, you can see a little bit of the lower part of the valley. Suiting up.
Oh, it's on its way. That's right.
Sorry, I'm the delay. Let me know if you'll need me.
We're getting to this really cool spot that last time we couldn't really see it because of how the rain was coming down. But there's this really cool rock shelf that comes out, and the trail pops up onto it and keeps going. Down along the stream where we're taking our break, found someone built a bushcraft shelter. And initially, I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. But you look at it a little closely, they got chairs and they got a fire ring. And it's still pretty fresh. Like, you look at these ropes, they're not really dirty at all. And the tarps look really clean. But they chopped down live trees to build this thing. Apparently, whoever built that never saw my buddy burn wood. As if they ever watched him, they would never do something like that. But we're over here. We got our little break spot going. And yeah, this looks extremely familiar. I actually think it was more socked in when we were here the first time, because that picture of me right here, I don't know if you could see this stuff, but yeah, this is our view this time around. The camera can't pick it up, but over that way you can see some of the area thinned out with the naked eye. But nice foggy morning. We're definitely out on the trail early today. So Skinny G has 10 miles to finish out the day, and we have 8 miles to finish out to where we parked. So she wanted to get an early start. So part of our group is hiking with her, so she doesn't have to hike the whole distance alone. And Jason and Kurt, they're gonna head out a little later on. Which the nice thing about that is everyone should end up finishing close to the same time, which will work out really well for going to get food after the hike. But the rain continued. We didn't really luck out with that. It didn't rain hard or anything last night, but it was just a constant light rain. We ended up stopping at the Doe Run shelter, and honestly I think that worked out for the best considering it ended up raining.